Well, it was it was rough, you know. Uh, Food shortages, bread lines, everything just kind of not working. Buses not running on time and not enough, so everything like super crowded and people like running and panic and then the communist constitution didn't have freedoms, so and there was a secret police, and there was just like a lot of fear and a lot of just the shittiness, definitely traumatizing in the way of like not feeling safe, like not counting on anything happening. um there'll be like payphones, but like ripped off and damaged, and no resources. So it's like there's like a lot that could go wrong, and there's kind of like nowhere to go. um so that's one side of the story. Now within that, my parents created this incredible home, where I learned not only love, but also that you can live nicely in any circumstances. Because the apartment was really nice. My mom cooked great food. There was culture, there was support. So I don't know. So in a way, like, on the one hand, there was the trauma of the world basically kind of falling apart, because it was like the last decade. It was like the decade during which it was proven that it can't work. So and then, but then I think the fact that I had this really ultimately nice life within that equipped me for the future. Like they just like showed me that you can always figure it out. I'm gonna head with my head sitting straight upon my shoulders, but the days of getting older are gonna dawn like the winter sun, where the cold mountain air and the snow-covered valleys keep the thoughts from spinning crazy, 'cause there's nowhere for them to go. Hey, hey, I'm going away. I'm leaving all the city slicker complications with the flick of my fingers. Hey, yo, do you wanna go? Ain't you getting sick and tired of the worries of the license out of your mind? Let's go where the echoes get longer, where the soul can roam free. When the wind starts to sing through the choir of the forest, when the fire and the water keep the earth alive and well, all my dreams and aspirations, instead of keeping me awake, fade away into the sunshine in the cold mountain air. Hey, hey, I'm going away. I'm leaving all the city's liquor complications with the flick of my fingers. Hey, yo, do you wanna go? Ain't you getting sick and tired of the worries of the license out of your mind? Let's go where the echoes get longer, where the soul can roam free. Do you wanna go? Ain't you getting sick and tired of the worries of the license out of your mind? Let's go where the echoes get longer, where the soul can roam, where the soul can roam, where the soul can roam free. Well, it's funny that we talk about it now because I just had like a big loop-de-doop in like the my like fuel energy chain. I mean, what had been driving me the whole time was ambition. Was some combination of feeling like obligated to my talents to meet some kind of expectations or to, like, I don't know, make sure that my parents' support and sacrifices were like paid back or something. And then I watched this documentary about Quincy Jones. I don't know if you saw it. And he talks about how, and what we're talking, I mean, like he worked with like Frank Sinatra and Michael Jackson, and that's just the music stuff. I mean, they produced the Color Purple, like all these film scores, like produced all these TV shows. I mean, just insane, right? And then when he had his stroke, he had some downtime, and he says he realized that in all this stuff, like he was still this 8-year-old boy running from the thugs and afraid that if he stops, they'll catch him. Except the running became like the work and the achievements, And I heard that, and that just something in me just sank, like, because I realized that's me, that I'm always just like so relentlessly ambitious about something. But the reason is that I'm scared, Let me tell you how it was growing up behind the wall that divided all I know into right and wrong. Casting shadows to the east on my future, on my dreams. There were days I wanted to scream. How do we get out? It shapes your bones from within. Eat what you want, still too thin. It's in your DNA to be born on the wrong side. Born on the wrong side. Born on the wrong side. Getting wasted in the park, get too old after dark. That time I want to hide what it's like to have no right. As if just west of the wall they didn't have to play small. I cursed the day I got tall. I was born on the wrong side. Born on the wrong side. Born on the wrong side. Smoking my cigarette to feel less exposed. Maybe they'll think I'm bigger and stronger and rougher around the edges and leave me alone. I just wanna get home. That's what it's like to be born on the wrong side. Born just recently, I think, managed to not be like chronically anxious, you know, like, because it's like it doesn't matter what you tell your mind to feed you. Like the fear is in the root chakra, it's in your butt, basically. Like it's like like if you're scared, you'll be like, if you look at a dog, when a dog is scared, they will like tuck their tail in, which means that they clench their butt, so sure, like in my 30s, I was starting to get a little bit of swagger about how I live my life, but I still had this like pelvic reaction just to being alive, that could only get released with with like somatic things, like with like breathing and yoga and like stretching and movements, because it's not like the thoughts are only like the surface. Kto za rękę trzymał cię, kiedy w lipcu padał śnieg, gdy wylałaś morza łez, zapodziałaś radość gdzieś. Gdybyś mogła cofnąć czas i usłyszeć jeszcze raz choćby słowo, może dwa, poczuć oddech, musnąć twarz, do góry, niech się rozpryśnie rzeczywistość, niech lśni słońca świetlistość, niech się niesie śmiechu perlistość. Tysiącem ech, tysiącem promieni, na tysiące kawałków. Gdy staruszków dwojga sen nie za bardzo ziścił się, głupi błazen przeznaczenia zdmuchnął świeczkę marzenia. Gdy zakusił morza brzeg, tak szybko czas już biegł, kto za rękę trzymał cię, kiedy w lipcu padał śnieg. Rzuć do góry, niech się rozpryśnie rzeczywistość, niech lśni słońca świetlistość, niech się niesie śmiechu perlistość. Tysiącem ech, tysiącem promieni, na tysiące kawałków. Rzuć do góry, niech się rozbłysną fajerwerki, niech się rozpłyną mgły rozterki, niech się zziajany pies ocieni. Tysiącem drzew, tysiącem płomieni, tysiącem wiatrów. I probably haven't had a singular occurrence. It's where I am in my awareness of who I am and how it all works. It's been a while in the making. Like I was in my early 30s. I was kind of like not in a great place, like chronically anxious, depressed, kind of some physical problems, a little anger. I'm like my unhappy first marriage. Not great. And then I guess what started leading me into more awareness was I want, like, at that time I wanted to go into electronic music, into like the festival scene, and that kind of took me into like the Burning Man community and like the Burning Man inspired events, and of course that comes with like a lot of drug use, like psychedelic drugs, LSD, MDMA, and also like experimentation with alternate views on sexuality, and just like basically, like my mind was a prison, and somebody had to blow it up, so these guys did, and they like being out of your mind is something that I would have been scared of, but that's exactly, what you need to experience if you want to know what else there is, because just the mind, oof, it would be rough to just be in the mind. So that's what I needed, maybe not everybody needs that, and of course, any Buddhist Tibetan monk will tell you, like, to lay off the actual drugs as soon as possible, but that's often what Westerners needed, so like all these guys like Tim Leary in the 60s, that was the only way they could yank themselves out of this like crazy Western logical left brain thinking, and then once you're there, then then there's other things to do. There's like yoga, there's meditations, there's contemplations, and you can actually like take care of yourself, and ease, So, I just really, I like when people are bold, I like when people are hungry for that. Like, I just feel like there's more to it than the conditioning I've been given. So like, what do I do, and I like it that the world is changing. I like that these like new age ideas are becoming more mainstream. They're becoming part of the education. They're becoming part of the pop culture. That's all like really good, and the truth is that we never go in the wrong direction, because as the soul community, we always learn and we always heal. There's no going backwards, even though sometimes there's like such a strong backlash from the backwards forces that it seems like things are going backwards, but it's actually never true. It's just like climate change, like on a regular, on any March 14th here in Indiana, it could be anywhere from -5 to like solid like 54, right? And yet it all goes in a certain direction, which is that like it's getting hotter and we're soon out of here. and that's also okay, like I don't feel like the physical survival of humanity is anything important, because again, in the spiritual realm there's no time. So like the evolution is this inevitable thing that just like always happens, even when we get wiped out. Trust the water, for she will carry you in ecstasy.
Trust the fire, for he will carry you in agony.
And together they will make a rock for you to walk upon and build a home. For we've seen each other die, and we've seen each other born again. But I'd rather see you cry than to watch you try to stop the pain. And we've seen each other try, and we've seen each other lose the game. But I'd rather see you cry than laugh, because you found a way to stop the pain.
Trust the fire, for he will carry you in ecstasy.
Trust the water, for she will carry you in agony. And together they will cleanse all the beliefs
that you stood upon, thinking you were on solid ground. 'Cause we've
seen each other die, we've seen each other born again. But I'd rather see you cry than to watch you try to stop the pain. And we've seen each other try, and we've seen each other lose the game. But I'd rather see you cry
than laugh, 'cause you found a way to stop the pain.
Stop the pain. But I'd rather see you cry than to watch you try to stop the pain. And we've seen each other try, and we've seen each other lose the game. But I'd rather see you cry